Hari Om. Do you all know what happened 5,157 years ago? Yes, precisely 5,157 years ago. During the Mahabharata war, 5,157 years ago, in the month of Margasirsha, Mokshada Ekadashi, on that Ekadashi, Bhagwan Shri Krishna gave Bhagavad-Gita to Arjuna. This style of teaching and what was taught to Arjuna is unlike anything else that was ever taught, because usually when we look at the Upanishads are taught to someone who has reached the ashram Gurukula, and they they do the brahmacharya and go through a very sincere effort of learning for 15-20 years under that guru. And that is how, in complete isolation from any disturbances from the external world, the knowledge was transferred from one generation to the other. But Bhagavad Gita is a very unique one because it is given on the battlefield, in the field of action. And this Bhagavad Gita served as a very purposeful one to change the mindset of Arjuna, who was feeling very despondent, who was feeling very restless. To reconstruct this Arjuna, Bhagwan gave these 700 shlokas. Though today we have 701 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, thanks to Swami Madhusudana Saraswati ji, he added one extra shloka in the 13th chapter. Who is Madhusudana Saraswati ji? He is the one who has given us Gita Dhyanam, Parthaya Pratibodhitam. So that Madhusudana Saraswati ji has added. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita is 700 shlokas, Saptashati. In our Hindu context, in our Vedic Sanatana Dharma, we have four categories of scriptures. Primarily being the Veda, which has four books in it, which is Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Then Itihasa, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Then Ashtadasha Purana, 18 Puranas and 18 Upapuranas, auxiliary Puranas. Then Smriti Granthas. Of them, the most famous one or often heard one is the Manusmriti. Bhagavad Gita has, though it is from the Itihasa, from the Mahabharata, but yet it has a very unique standpoint. It is considered as Bhagavan Shri Krishna Proktam, said by Bhagavan Shri Krishna, Daiva Proktam. So therefore, it is of the nature of Vedic literature, because Vedas are also Bhagavata Nishvasitavyam, that which came from Bhagavan. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita is given that status as the Vedic literature. Of course, it is from the Itihasa, therefore, the second category is also justified. Then the third one, Pauranic style of giving knowledge, is where there is the story of Bhagavan, story of the devotee, and a conversation between them both, how the devotee benefited and how the devotee evolved. And definitely through Bhagavad Gita, it is also that Pauranic style wherein Arjuna, despondent, finds that resurrection in him. So therefore, the Pauranic style as well. Then Bhagavad Gita gives us the idea of how to interact with the world. Who am I as an individual? What is the world around me? How do I interact? How do I maintain that balance and equanimity? So therefore, the Smriti aspect of scripture is also covered. So Bhagavad Gita is in and all Veda, Itihasa, Purana and Smriti. So therefore, Bhagavad Gita has a very unique place for us all Hindus. And today, the 25th December in the year 2020, it is the 5157th year after Mahabharata war, and we still celebrate and be guided by this beautiful sacred text called Bhagavad Gita. I wish and pray that each one of us makes it a regular habit to learn one shloka, how to chant it, what its meaning is, and how it can be applied in our day to day lives, and see the transformation happen just like how it happened in Arjuna. May that happen in our lives. May that which Bhagavan Sri Krishna is pointing through Bhagavad Gita, which is to learn and to establish oneself in our own true nature by purifying through karma, bhakti, and various other processes of upasana. Let us learn, abide, and cherish our true nature. Thus, thereby, we can be the one giving happiness and stability and peace to everyone around us. That is the best service that we can do. Hari Om. Happy Gita Jayanti and Tapon Jayanti to one and all. Hari Om.